And let me tell you, the tragedy of our country, which makes me sad, is that there is now a crop of individuals in Kenya, across the political divide, in government and in opposition, who believe that they are above the law. They believe that they operate outside of the law. They believe that they cannot be arrested, because if you arrest them, their ethnic group will rise in their defense. When a country finds herself in such a situation, and I'm in the business of writing. This is one of my civic duties. I wrote to the National Cohesion Chairman, my good friend Bishop Omai, immediately upon his appointment, and I told him and gave him names of people who in mother tongue are using vitriolic language. He has responded to me, to his credit. I wrote to the IEBC, telling them that the law is very clear on when the elections will be held on Tuesday, the 10th day of August, the year 2027. The law does not allow anybody to engage in any campaign. And when you drive across the country, I was in Meru over the weekend, and as I drove, there are billboards everywhere. In Nairobi, there are billboards everywhere. You drive across the country, there are billboards everywhere. Everybody is campaigning 1 year in advance of the elections, and you can see the drums of war being beaten in the very same way that they were in the elections in the year 2007. We hear politicians saying, if our candidate, the president, does not get enough votes, then we are going to ensure that we add more votes. This is how nations degenerate. This is how it happened in Haiti with Francois Duvalier, with Tonton Macoute, when he formed ginger groups which were abducting people, and the forces that are enjoined by the law to do what is good and right were looking the other way. When people are supposed to be sent to jail, they only receive a slap on the wrist.
Some might say you're being alarmist, PLO.
Yes, this is the time to actually warn Kenya. We must not imagine for one moment that this country is immune. We have seen how countries just break down. This same kind of language was being spoken in Sudan. Now go and look at Sudan. It is non-functional. Let them go to Eastern Congo. Let them think about what happened in Somalia. Let them know what happened in Central African Republic. Today, we wake up and we are told that young people were abducted by who? And we are not told who abducted them. We are told that carjackings are happening by who? We are told that the country is dealing with the issue, but we don't see the evidence. We ought to be alarmed. Every Kenyan of goodwill must not sit pretty and believe that things are right. I listen to people who are politicians, who are cabinet ministers, saying that they don't like a particular ethnic group. How can you in good conscience say that you don't like a particular ethnic group because of an individual, a miscreant in that particular ethnic group? Is this not what they did in Rwanda in 1994 against the Tutsi, and it led to the genocide? The message is, this country ought to retreat. This is a good country, but no more than 5,000 individuals who now think that they are demigods are leading us in the wrong direction. The ballot no longer carries the magic of giving us the men and women that we deserve. But we can still sanitize the budget, the ballot. We can sanitize the ballot through education, talking to the people. There are Kenyans of goodwill who are trying to do that. My friend Okia Omutata tries to do that using the court system. But we don't acknowledge that. We acknowledge those who have remembered that we can never stop agonizing. It is in agonization that you organize. And not everything that is designed to save the nation is in the public domain. I know clergy, I know Kenyans of goodwill who behind the scenes try to make this nation better. And we've been around. The nation is not at ease. The politicians in this administration will tell you we are doing very well. We have the biggest economy in East Africa. We are middle-level economy. That is balderdash. The reality is that this country is on tenterhooks, and you can see all the signs. You can see the rhetoric from the politicians. We are recoiling into our ethnic cocoons. We are telling other Kenyans that they belong elsewhere. You can see the vitriol and the anger that characterizes how we do things. You can see the politicians who are being celebrated as mobilizers, and these are the ones who have something called goons that they operate. And if there was any doubt in my mind that this country is not on the right trajectory, is the incident that took place on the day of the budget at the All Saints Cathedral, where captured on CCTV, repeated on national television, individuals are arrested, and we are told by no lesser person than the provost of the All Saints Cathedral that he was informed that they were released, and those whose funds had been stolen were compensated. Who compensated them? I have since, on the 24th day of June, wrote to the Archbishop of the Anglican Church, Archbishop Ole Sapet, because he said the IG of police must resign. And I've told him, don't stop there, because this is how nations degenerate. So that when you look at research, and there is extant research that now tells us that there are over 200 ginger groups in the Republic of Kenya. Some we know, Chinkororo. And my good friend George Kegoro wrote about Chinkororo in his master's thesis at the University of Nairobi in the year 2009. Amachuma. We know about Angola Msumbiji. We know about Mungiki. We know about the Men in Black. It all started with Youth for KANU 92 in 1992, these ginger groups. And they have now acquired a life